So I'm back with the last example that I'm trying to do here for the proving identities piece. So here we have the left hand side and the right hand side, and we want to verify or prove that the left hand side equals to the right hand side. And so far for the last 9 examples, we usually started with the left hand side, only for the reason that the left hand side was a little more like complex and we could like simplify and substitute, and there was room for substitution, there was room for simplification with the left hand side. But guys, if you look at this particular example here, obviously we can see that there is more room for simplification on the right hand side rather than on the left hand side. So in this example we are going to start with the right hand side, try to simplify, use the identities, use the algebraic methods, and see if we can verify that the left hand side or right hand side equals to the left hand side. Okay, so guys, we may have to sometimes start with the left hand side. Most of the times we usually start with the left hand side, but there could be times like this one where one has to start from the or one would like to start from the right hand side. Okay, so let us start with the right hand side and see where we get from there. So starting with the right hand side, I'm just going to rewrite 1/2, and then guys, if you look at the quantities inside these square brackets, I have a sign of a sum and then there's a sign of a difference. And we already know the formulas for the sign or identities for the sign of the sum and the sign of the difference. So we're going to use those, write them, and try to simplify. So sign of the sum is sine x cosine y, and then plus, what is the other one? The other one will be cosine x, the cosine x, and the sine y. That would be for the sign of the sum. Then I have minus, and then we're going to write the formula for the sign of the difference, which is similar to this, except for instead of minus there's a plus. So since there's more than one term, so I'm going to put this in parentheses. So it's going to be sine x cosine y and minus cosine x and sine y. Okay, that's going to be the first step. And now let us try to simplify. So I have 1/2. I'm just going to rewrite this term sine x cosine y, because there's nothing to simplify here. It's just like simply rewriting stuff here. And then we're going to distribute this negative with both of these terms. Okay, then only we can see like if there's some things that may cross out or some things that may add. So we'll see. Minus we have sine x cosine y, and then minus negative times negative is positive, cosine x sine y. Okay, now let us look at these 4 terms. And looking at these 4 terms, it seems like I have a sine x cosine y, I have a sine x cosine y, but the signs are different. So this and this basically just crosses out. These 2 terms are exactly the same terms, but there's a plus here, there's a plus in front of that. That means we can just simply add them. And if I add them, what do I get? I get a 2, and then there's a cosine x sine y. Right, and then there's a 2 here and it's multiplied by 1/2, so 2's cross out. I'm going to be left with cosine x and sine y in this case, which is the right hand side, but that's exactly what my left hand side looks like. Okay, so again, by doing all this work, we can conclude that the right hand side equals to the left hand side, or if you want to put it like left hand side equals to the right hand side, that is the same thing. So we were able to verify this identity as well. Okay, so guys, we did 10 examples on this. There's so many more that one can do, so please look at these examples, look at all these 10 examples carefully, try to understand the steps, try to understand the thought process, and then try to do these on your own. Once you are done with that practice, then go back into your textbooks, go back into the online resources, and try to do more problems on proving identities on your own. And you will be very confident with this, and I'm sure you will be like, this would be one of your favorite sections at the end of the day. Okay, so guys, keep practicing. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. My goal with this channel is to like help students as much as I can, so please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you with any problems with these proving trig identities. Okay, till then guys, take care.